everybody. It is Saturday, which means it's time for our weekly look at the hottest and coldest teams in the NHL. Before we get started, I just ask you to please subscribe and hit that thumbs up. It helps out the channel a ton and is very much appreciated. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. Starting with the hottest teams in the league right now. Coming in at number 5, I have the Edmonton Oilers, who are 7-3-0 in their last 10 games. Won their last one out. This also could have been the Vegas Golden Knights because they have the exact same record and streak currently, 7-3-0 with a one-game winning streak. But because Edmonton's higher in the standings, I put them at 5. But Vegas fans, just know that you could have very easily been here at number 5 as well. It's basically a tie. But Edmonton's playing well. They're having a great season overall, and that's continued over these last 10 games or so. One of the best teams in the Western Conference, without a doubt. At number 4, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who are 7-1-2 in their last 10 games. They've won 3 straight, and Tampa Bay is looking like Tampa Bay again. They had a little bit of a shaky start to the year, but that is well behind them at this point. They are playing like the Lightning are supposed to play. And, they just have gotten better and better as this year has gone on. So, really good last number of games here for the Lightning, and they're starting to streak right now in the very positive direction. At number 3, we have the Colorado Avalanche. How about this? 7-2-1 with a 4-game winning streak right now. Colorado was another team that started off really, really slow. Colorado actually started off a lot worse than some of the other, high elite profile teams that had slow starts. Colorado was probably the worst out of all of them to start the season. They are completely in the process of turning their entire year around right now. 4 straight wins, 7-2-1 in their last 10. They look like the Avalanche again, and they're doing it without Nathan MacKinnon, who is still out injured for them. This has been a big, big turnaround for the Avs, and it's been really fun to watch. And right now, they are absolutely one of the hottest teams in the NHL. At number 2, we've got the Carolina Hurricanes. They have just been so good this year, 13-2 on the season. The last 10 games, they are 8-2-0. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And right now, the Hurricanes certainly look like one of the top teams in the NHL. I would definitely say top 2. It's kind of a toss-up between them. Florida, maybe you could throw Edmonton or Toronto into the mix there. But all in all, I think Carolina is certainly making a good case for best team in the NHL so far this season. And that has certainly been the case over these last number of games. They are playing outstanding hockey. But they're not number 1, and that is because the hottest team in the league, number 1, is without a doubt the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs are the hottest team in the NHL. There is no question about it. They are 9-1-0 in their last 10 games. They're the only team in the league that has won 9 out of 10. And they are on a league-leading active win streak of 5 straight wins for Toronto. So not only do they have the most wins out of their last 10 games, they have the longest active winning streak in the league right now as well. Toronto is the clear choice for number 1. They are the hottest team in the NHL right now. Switching over to the other side of things now, the not-so-good side. The coldest teams in the NHL. These are teams that are really, really, really struggling and not playing good hockey at the moment. Coming in at number 5, we have the New York Islanders. They are 4-4-2 in their last 10 games, which isn't, atrocious. It's 500, but they're on a 4-game losing streak. They have lost 4 straight, and because of that losing streak, I had to put them on the list. Some other teams that could be there would be like Vancouver, Buffalo. They've both only won 3 out of their last 10, but I had to put the Islanders on the list because of the 4-game losing streak. That is one of the second longest losing streak actively right now in the NHL. They're going to look to try and get that figured out at home now that they finally have some home games after a 13-game road trip to start the year. We'll see if the Islanders can get their season back on track, but this past couple of weeks have not been good. Number 4, we've got the Dallas Stars. They are 3-5-2 in their last 10. They've lost their last game after winning the one before that, and Dallas has just been really disappointing this season. This is a team that has not been impressive. I watch them play, and it just leaves me wanting more every time I watch the Dallas Stars. It's like this team should be better than this, but they're not, and they're not playing that well. And again, only 3 wins out of their last 10 games. It's not going well this year for the Stars. It's gonna be a struggle for them to make the playoffs. At number 3, we have the Arizona Coyotes. They are 2-7-1 in their last 10 games. They lost their last one in a shootout to Columbus. And Arizona deserves some credit. They have been playing a lot better. Like, this was a team that was getting steamrolled at the beginning of the year. They're playing a lot better. They're keeping games close. They're starting to get the offense going a little bit. They beat the Blues this past week. They went to a shootout against Columbus, ended up losing, but they're playing a lot better. But at the end of the day, they're just not winning games, and they still only have 2 wins out of their last 10 games. It's gonna be a long year for the Coyotes, but I think that their fans can be happy that they are at least in games. They're putting up a good effort. They're a hard-working team, and they're going to pick up some wins along the way at some point, but it has not been a lot of wins so far this season. At number 2, we have the Montreal Canadiens. They are 2-6-2 in their last 10 games. They've lost 3 straight in regulation, and the disaster of a season for Montreal continues. There's really not much else to say about them other than this year has been a complete and total disaster. So that's continued. Not really any signs of improvement, and they are really, really struggling. But number 1, without a doubt, longest losing streak in the NHL right now, the Seattle Kraken. It's been a brutal last couple of weeks for the Seattle Kraken. They are 2-8-0 in their last 10 games. They've lost 6 straight in regulation, including getting destroyed by the Colorado Avalanche last night. It's been a brutal stretch here for Seattle, and boy, do they look like an expansion team. This is not the Vegas Golden Knights. This is not a team that came out and is able to win right away. A lot of things are going wrong for the Kraken this year, and they are in a deep, deep rut right now. So they are the number 1 coldest team in the NHL at this point with the 6-game losing streak. Now, one team that you don't see here on the cold list is the Ottawa Senators, even though their record in their last 10 games is bad. They didn't play this past week because of a COVID outbreak, so I really didn't feel like it was fair to put them on the list when they haven't played. So that's why Ottawa's not here. Their record is not good, and they have been struggling. But because they didn't play this past week, I didn't think it was fair to put them on the list. But they should be back playing here. I believe Monday will be their first game back. So they'll have a chance to be on it next week. But that's just why Ottawa isn't here. But those are the 5 hottest and 5 coldest teams in the NHL right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, links to our merch store, memberships, and donation links are down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys soon.